This past spring, I had the opportunity to visit Access Sacramento. It is the local cable access channel, if you will, or channels, channels 17 and 18, that serve Sacramento County. This is an excellent opportunity for students and for those interested in getting into television and even radio broadcasting to have an outlet for their views and for their talents. Let's now examine a little bit more about what Access Sacramento is all about. This is the website of Access Sacramento, accesssacramento.org. Again, this is an institution that was started back in the early 1960s, part of the Federal Communications Act, in which the basis of cable television was established. Primarily, it was to enable community people within the community, not professional broadcasters, to actually have a forum on the television industry, especially as cable television was moving into more and more homes. The Commission felt as though at the time that community members, community groups specifically, would have access to the airwaves in a limited time, but of course now, looking back some 50 years ago, we had no idea then what we do now, that virtually every home is served by cable television, because as you might know, in the first 40 years of television, just about everybody obtained their signals over the airwaves. Well, as you can see, it's quite an active website. Notice here that they have begun a call for scripts for their annual film festival, something that a lot of students like to participate in, and I would encourage you to participate in next year's place called Sacramento. And it's a good opportunity for young filmmakers to get their first experience in actually producing film and getting an audience to evaluate it. If you notice that Access Sacramento is also on cable channel 17 and 18, and in recent years began transmission of a radio signal called initially The Voice. Now, The Voice was actually begun when the internet came about, and they thought it would be a nice idea to offer radio programming as a streaming service here on their website now. But if you click here, you could actually begin to listen to full community radio programming. Now, they're using, of course, this Live365.com, a popular streaming service used by a lot of amateur radio programming. One thing I do want to mention is that in about October of 2014, The Voice will actually become a low-power FM signal. My information that I have is that they will pick the call letters KUBU, and their theme is going to be where you can become you. So that's where they got the KUBU. And they will be broadcasting at 96.5 on the FM dial. Let's get back and talk about the programming on 17 and on 18. The program schedule, which is available right here on the website via the download, is quite a thorough page, because if you notice, there is a little bit of everything. Here's channel 17 programming, and you'll notice that there are a lot of blanks, if you will. Notice here these gray areas. Well, this is specifically left open for, if you will, amateur broadcasters, people that want to put together their own programs, take a little bit of training that is required at Access Sacramento, and then begin to produce their broadcast. Now, many of you will probably be wondering, okay, how do I then get a television show? I have no access to a studio. Well, this is why Access Sacramento exists. You can then produce your shows at their studios. With proper training, you bring in some of your own volunteers, and then your volunteers and you will actually get the opportunity to use these facilities to produce your own television show. Now, what about some of the latest in technology that makes this very, very simple? Well, here is the green room. Yes, it's nothing more than this is a closet. It used to be a storage closet in their Access Sacramento studios. And you sit in front of this green background. Notice all the lights, the small cameras that are controlled from a studio right across the hallway from you. And then using this technology, as demonstrated by production director Dev Singh, you can be made in that little closet to appear as though you're in this giant television studio. One of the nicest things about technology today is the ability to place you just about anywhere, seemingly in the eyes of your viewers. I find it just absolutely amazing how much talent that there are at the people that have been trained here at Access Sacramento to be able to produce really excellent television and even radio programming. This is an opportunity for you as a young person wanting to get into radio or TV to gain some experience. I would encourage you to go online to accesssacramento.org, become a community member, and begin to find your niche in this broadcast community. Just start out by interning or volunteering, and I can tell you, you will enjoy being a part of Access Sacramento and gain the experience necessary for a career in broadcasting.